Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
And that right there, him pausing like that, I do wonder if he's going to actually say anything or if he's going to just stay like that. Hello, this is Venus Brown. I am back. This time I'm going to be doing a reaction to the House of the Dragon trailer. There are exactly 3 trailers for season 2 on their main website. I'm going to start with the main trailer, and there are 2 others, the green trailer and the black trailer. I was going to do these before I started doing any of the reactions to House of the Dragon, since I'm at a hotel and I wasn't sure I'd be able to access it. But we found out the other day that it was being played on the TV. I can't get a good recording of it, but I decided to go ahead and record my reaction, and I will get the footage of the show later. Because I found it late, it was about a half hour into it. Lighting was very bad because it was late and it was very dark in here. So I am going to go ahead and watch that again later from the very beginning so that I can get a full reaction of the entire show. But for right now, I want to do these reactions to the trailers because I'm not going to have a lot of time while I'm away from home to take care of all of the editing and everything that needs to be done before I post the TV show reactions. So let's get started with this first trailer. Yes, it's at the beginning.
The Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen. They are a protector of the realm. Now I find myself in an impossible position.
All hail, King Aegon!
The enemy usurped my throne.
We're going to King's Landing. Well, what are we going to do about it?
We must play the board before us.
Proceed cautiously.
Fuck dignity! I want revenge.
News spreads through the realm. The great houses will come to our side.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
My ships sail at your command.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
Ours is not promising.
This senseless war must end.
Shall none of us prevail?
Not like this.
Alicent told love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
That was cool. I'm gonna go back to the beginning and kind of like stop every now and then to talk about what's on my mind, so that that way it will be fresh in my head exactly what I'm thinking about and what I want to talk about when it comes to this specific trailer.
The Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen. They are a protector of the realm. Now I find myself in an impossible position.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly who she's talking to at this point. On one hand, it could be she's talking to Rhaenys, which we see later on in the trailer. So it could be that. It could be a discussion she needs to have with her son, the one that's still alive, because he is going to inherit the throne if he's still alive. And she, of course, has very important information that she needs to get across to him so that he understands the full breadth and depth of what it is he is going to be responsible for. On the other hand, she could be talking to Rhaenys, like I said earlier, and just explaining like how much of a challenge this is all going to be and how difficult it's all going to be. I don't think she's talking to Damien. Let's continue on.
All hail King Aegon!
The enemy usurped my throne.
We're going to King's Landing. Well, what are we going to do about it?
We must play the board before us.
Proceed cautiously.
Fuck dignity! I want revenge.
I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention throughout the whole thing of when I was watching the episode, but I got some of that first meeting the Greens had. I don't know if that comment that Aegon made just now was from that or if it's going to be in the future, because I do know his son is going to be killed by Blood and Cheese. This was part of the book that people were kind of up in arms about, excited about, but also anxious about because of how gruesome and gross and terrible it is. And when they did show it on the TV show, they really did change it a lot. And they didn't show you what was going on, but you could hear it, which was weird. They also changed it enough to make the scenario very different than what it was presented in the book. And when I was watching it, I didn't remember exactly what the differences were. I knew that they were supposed to be choosing between two boys. And in the TV show, they had them choosing between a male and a female. So I was like, something's not right here. Like, this isn't how it was presented in the book. What it was in the book, they are supposed to have 3 children, the twins, boy and girl, and a younger child named Maelor. I don't know if Maelor's not born yet in this scenario or is just not in the room or not right there at that point. So far, it looks like they're presenting it as if the twins are the only ones born. So instead of choosing between the younger son and the older son, she's asked to choose between the male twin and the female twin. It was just a little weird because of the real difference that made in the scenario versus how it played out in the book.
News spreads through the realm. The great houses will come to our side.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
Okay, Damien saying that, I didn't think they'd be so eager to die. Some people get all upset and frustrated about how cold-hearted Damien can be and seemingly just like a big narcissist and heartless and stuff like that, which I don't think he is, but he is like very hardcore. He can be very cold and very callous, very conniving, very manipulative, but not to the point that he has no heart, that he's completely cold-hearted. It's just more that he's been trained a certain way and he thinks a certain way, and he is also very loyal to the people that are within his family, but has no real loyalty to anybody else outside of the family and anybody that he feels hasn't kind of earned a position under his wing. So him saying something like that, not surprising at all. Him wanting to be very militaristic and really just go out and kill everyone in this thing, that's not surprising. We're not talking about a sweet, kind, considerate, thoughtful. I mean, he's thoughtful, but he's not thoughtful the way some people want him to be. That's just how he is.
My ships sail at your command.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
And that right there, him pausing like that, I do wonder if he's going to actually say anything or if he's going to just stay like that. I think he somewhat supports her, but I think he's also very frustrated because he wants all of the other side to die. He wants them gone. He wants this war to not be a thing, and she wants to proceed diplomatically. That's just realistic differences that they have, and he's not ready to be diplomatic. I don't know if he's ever ready to be diplomatic. He wants the job done. He wants it done quickly. He wants it done viciously. She's not likely to think the same way. I don't know how she will change in that regard, being that her son has been killed. At least in the past, she's tried to be very diplomatic.
This senseless war must end.
Shall none of us prevail?
Not like this.
Alicent holds love for
Jesus, the senseless war must end. But she is, like, her and her father, Otto Hightower, they are the main reason that this war was going to start in the first place. That was like the goal. She trained her sons to believe that they needed to take the throne at all cost, that if Rhaenyra got the throne, she would kill all of them. That was her that put that in their head. The one that they have on the throne right now didn't even want to be king. He didn't want the position and knew that his father didn't want him to have that position, yet she pushed him. She insisted that he needed to do this, and she insisted that if Rhaenyra gains the throne, she's going to kill everybody. That was her. That she decided that. And now she's like, oh no, we have to end this war. Why? Because it got freaking serious and dangerous? That's what wars do. They get serious and dangerous.
love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
Okay, so when I was watching the TV show yesterday, I could not remember who that was. I just remembered the part that she played in the lives of Damien, in the lives of so many of the others, and the street kids and stuff like that. Maceris, or Maceria, I think is her name. They also call her the White Worm. Again, it looks like she's very important in the show, just like she was before. Like I was saying when I was reacting to the show, she seems to have kind of been knocked down. She doesn't look all decked out anymore. She's not wearing the fancy clothes and jewels and all of that like she was. It's still the same person. I'm pretty sure it's still the same actress playing the same character, and she still seems just as important as ever. She's just gonna be, it looks like, locked up for a while. Hopefully not permanently. I'm pretty sure in the books she does end up working both sides, like she was working both sides before.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
Okay, so that was the main trailer. Now I'm going to go through the green trailer and the black trailer. And I don't know if I'll do it the same way, but I might. We'll see. Now.
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive. And the realm was at peace.
On his deathbed, he knew the realm would never accept a queen.
Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish.
But Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him.
I wonder if
They wish now not for the good of the realm, but for the satisfaction of vengeance.
I don't remember.
Plot against the king, and I will pay it back 100 times over.
When this came up the last season, I said, I think she's just trying to justify what she thinks she heard, but she should have known better. But being who she is and how she is, and what she heard, she's going to.
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
My uncle is a challenge I welcome. If he dares face me.
We will prevail and bring forth peace. But you must accept that the path to victory now
is one of violence.
Yeah.
Good. To war, then.
All my life, I've endeavoured to serve both my house and the realm. And somehow none of it matters.
Hold to your courage for the one true King Aegon!
And the deal with the realm not being willing to accept a queen, or the king coming to the fruition that the realm wouldn't accept a queen or whatever. If you go back to Targaryen tradition, it wasn't the Targaryens that really had a problem with this. It was both the realm and the monks. As far as I remember, when this really became an issue, when they decided not to put forth Rhaenys, when she was the eldest and by rights should have been put in the higher position. I can't remember what they're called, but they were the main ones that were pushing the king not to put any female on the throne, to put one of his male sons on the throne. So again, I don't feel like that was a Targaryen thing. That was a idea that the realm can't support it, but I think really if everyone in royalty had like really worked to get that support and worked to get the communities and the realm to support it, I think it could have happened. There were Targaryen people, according to the books, that were actually good at convincing the realm to do things that they might have thought unthinkable before. So I think it could have happened. But because the religious were pushing so hard against that, nobody was trying for it. It was just, okay, we're going to forget the whole Targaryen traditions and we're going to go along with what will please the realm, which really was what's going to please these religious people that had so much control at the time. And the idea that her husband just changed his mind all of a sudden because he thought the realm wouldn't support a queen, that to me is baloney. Like, he would have freaking changed his mind a long time ago if he was really that concerned about that. I do think he should have done a lot more to try to get the realm to support her. He should have done a lot more to train her up and get her ready. But he was always of the mind that she was going to be the rightful heir. So, anyway, now we're going to do the Black trailer.
My father chose me, his firstborn child, to succeed him. He held to his decision until death. And yet,
Alicent's son sits my throne. I mean to fight this war and win it.
The realm will soon tear itself apart. If men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
Yeah, I do think the realm pretty much tears itself apart.
This beast at its head.
If it does anything like
The terms
the
are
books.
very simple. Renounce the false king and bend the knee to the king, or your house burns.
when the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten, we will not even remember what began the war in the first place.
We fight for our queen!
Fear what I've begun.
Yep. It's gonna get bad. I don't want to say too much about what is going to happen in the books, but it gets very, very bad. And I do think it's going to fairly well tear the realm apart. I don't know exactly how close to the books they're going to stay. And also keep in mind that these books were written in a way to present a historical documentation based on a variety of people's opinions, stating what they believed happened in certain situations. You had this character called Mushroom, who is a dwarf that worked within the realm, who also presented his opinion and he tended to use more flowery language, maybe more exaggeration. He liked to make things dramatic. So you didn't know sometimes whether to believe anything he said or to not believe what he said. I think there were times that the religious people didn't want to let everyone really know what was really happening, and you might actually get more truthful information from Mushroom in that case. Whereas there were other times where Mushroom was trying to be provocative, trying to get a rise out of people, and so making things sound much more dramatic than they were. It's these very different sets of opinions, and a lot of it was those people that were writing these histories weren't even there. Some of them were there in certain situations and not in other situations. Some of the situations that they try to write about, nobody was there. They're just getting secondhand information and telling the story. And I think the first season, that was one of the ways show producers justified making some of the changes they made, because they're like, this was a kind of historical documentation that was written from different people's perspectives, and their perspectives may not have been right. And I think they were saying that what happened in the first season of the TV show, they were claiming was what really happened. Really, it's going to be whatever the show producers want to do to make it more palatable to the masses and make it more how they want it to be. But who knows? Like I said, it's definitely coming from a variety of perspectives, and now the show producers get to present their own perspectives while trying to stick with what J.R.R. Martin tells them these are supposed to be kind of set in stone and these shouldn't change. And this is what I intended at a certain point. But anyway, I need to get ready to start doing my show reaction. So I will see you next time I see you. Bye.
Until next time, I'll see you when I see you. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications.